made it. Walking Iguazu Catarata, incredible.
I only had 24 hours in Iguazu, so this is going to be pretty jam-packed.
I see the hype now. The hype's all worthwhile.
In one day, I'm taking on some of the most powerful waterfalls on Earth.
That's insane.
Exploring the diverse nature along the hiking trails.
It's nice to see them here, not at the food court.
And then seeing what happens in Argentina's border town after dark. Waterfalls by day, steak and Argentinian beers by night. This is how I spent 24 hours in Iguazu.
So what I didn't realize is how big the national park is. You can kind of do it in a day, but some people recommend 2 days to see definitely the Argentinian side, and then there's also the Brazilian side. We're just seeing all of what Argentina kind of offers, and it is absolutely insane. I'm so starstruck. Like I'm in awe of the landscape here. Wow. It goes on forever, man.
I've been traveling South America for the past 3 years, and I rarely do any research. If I did, I'd know ahead of time that I'd find myself on the adventurous option of a boat tour, and that I definitely should have packed the waterproof GoPro for what they call La Ducha.
It's very much on a whim decision. It's got the waterproof bag, it's got the life jackets, and we're going on a boat to kind of go in a ducha, they say. We're just going to have a shower under the Pozo de Iguazu waterfalls, the third biggest waterfall in the entire world, in a boat tour. It's really, really cool. I'm really, really excited. Hey.
The boat tour is optional, and there are varying levels of experiences which change group size and boat speed. But I thought if I was only ever coming here once, I'd better make the most of it.
And there's people walking up there. There's all these bridges. I'm going to be up there very soon as well. After the boat, I'm going straight there as well to do the boardwalks above the waterfall. The entrance into the park was like $30 US. This boat tour was an extra $50 US, but it's so worth it. That's so much water. There's so much power there. That's Catarata de Pozo de Iguazu. We just went in there. That was La Ducha that you said. I'm so glad I put this camera away. That was great. That was great. I had 10 seconds to put this camera away before we got wet. Oh my gosh, I'm really glad I didn't film that because the camera would have broke instantly. There was so much water. Look how wet I am.
Qué lindo, sí.
I can't even fathom it. I need to find out how many liters of water is just getting flushed out of the Iguazu Fall on a daily basis.
I'm currently walking what they call the superior walking circuit. Best to do this earlier on in the day as it's the most exposed to the sun and it's the bigger of the hike, so having a bit of energy behind you is great.
This is insane. This is so insane. I came prepared, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that little sandwichito, alfajorcito, mapsito.
After some lunch, I did the inferior walking circuit, which I'd actually recommend doing at the end of the day. It's well covered and there's plenty of nature along the route, but if you take all day doing the hikes and maybe even the boat ride, you might miss out on the next main attraction, which is the waterfall named after a devil's throat.
Like, it's very calm, very peaceful in the nature. They said that sometimes there's monkeys during this time, but currently not really. They're all trying to procreate, and with that there's not a lot of movement. So it's a pretty epic park in Australia. Same distance pretty much from Banff though. That's a bit of a worry. We've got to drive there.
The nicest way to get to the furthest must-see waterfall is by train. It doesn't cost anything and is an all-day service provided by the park with multiple locomotives running every 20 to 30 minutes from each station.
Met some lovely Argentinians. Ciao, ciao. It's like the Disneyland of nature, I feel. It's all these, it's kind of like a theme park with a train, you've got the boat, you've got beautiful views. It's very, very cool, very fun. It's well set up for all ages of people as well. It's huge, this fish. I think that's a catfish. It's massive.
Arriving to La Garganta del Diablo, it's literally all along elevated boardwalks which would have taken forever to construct. The solid walkways providing access to the cliffside that's constantly pouring water over the edge.
This waterfall translates to the mouth of the devil. And I've never seen anything literally in my life like that. That's so insane. This is the Argentinian side. Well, we've got on the other side as well, the Brazilian side of the waterfall. We're very proud with the Argentinian flag. There's already a mist coming down. This is the most famous viewpoint of the Cataratas waterfalls of Iguazu. And it's so worth it. It's like a probably 1.4 kilometer hike from the train station. There's so many people as well. Come from all corners of the world to see this epic, natural seven wonder of the world. Wow. It's like a viewpoint over there in Brazil. So worth the journey, especially in the tuk-tuk. We made it, we got here.
Anyone who's followed my travels on the trip knows that I've seen a lot of epic sights, but this right here is one of the best views which I'm lucky enough to have burned into my brain. I hadn't watched any videos prior to arriving here, and whilst I hope my footage has done the falls justice, nothing can compare to getting out and seeing this stunner for yourself. Doing the big waterfall last, although does have its perks, and I got to ride the train all the way back to the entrance before then rolling myself into an Uber to get back to the city, filming this interesting method of transporting a whippersnipper along the way. Maybe this is your first time watching the channel, but I'm traveling with my dog, and although she had this huge balcony to run around along all day, there's no better way than exploring a city with your four-legged friend.
So just up there behind us, you had the center, and it's a little curvy kind of walk down through a nature reserve to get to the river. And from here, you can see Brazil, and this is the bridge to Paraguay. So this is all Paraguay, Argentina, obviously, where we are, and Brazil. Frontera is just there. And this here is all where you take the ferries over to Paraguay. And this is like the immigration station to do it all legally. Looks like Brazil has a really nice river walk as well. This here is actually our final evening in Foz de Iguazu on the Argentinian side. And we're crossing to Brazil again. We're gonna spend 3 to 6 months exploring that country. Hopefully en route to Venezuela, pending these kind of dramas that are going on in the country. So similar to this kind of auditorium outdoor space you have, Brazil has a really old one here as well, along with their kind of bars and clubs that sit on the river's edge before you cross to Paraguay. Very cool space, very beautiful space, very touristic, which is really nice. It's really built out. Yeah, it's a good run, eh? Look at that. The sign of Iguazu. We did it. Good little run. This is a really cool representation of seeing the marca for Argentina and then seeing the two different countries either side of the river as well. Great little outdoor space for families to come and enjoy La Tripla Frontera. At night as well, these bridges are usually lit up. We came for a run the other night, didn't we, as well? Just enjoying our time here on the Argentinian side. It's a great spot for a drive as well. It's a very populated area and a lot of police presence like you see there. So it's all very, very safe. We'll run back home. And here as well, you have a night market set up. This is the Central Plaza Market, but also the biggest plaza off of the center here. We won't walk in there with Pats, but look at the sheer amount of marquees set up.
With an exhausted pup now back at home, I needed to see firsthand what the bars and nightlife here was like. A benefit to staying in the center is that everything's local. The bar is just a stone's throw from the duty-free street of artisanal goods, which is then beside a gorgeous steakhouse.
That's it, man. Beers in the center. Life's pretty good, eh? Just enjoying the foot traffic, good vibes, good food. What more could we ask for?
When in Rome, do what the Romans do. Ever since the run past this bar, knowing it had a gorgeous overlook at the river, I knew I needed to sip on Argentina's national beverage, admiring it all.
When in Argentina, Fernetcito with Coca. This is like half Fernet as well. This is all spirit alcohol, and then there's a little botellito Coca. Look at the view. Argentina, Brazil, Paraguay. Salud.
Cherry on top was then to see the nightlife to celebrate the last day in Argentina, unfortunately for probably a very long time. A surprising side bit of info for anyone really new here, we're also traveling to Alaska slowly but surely in a tuk-tuk. And for the multitude of borders we cross, Paddy's documents are something we need to have in order every single time. Something we've never faced before though is me wildly enough picking through a bin we left at the Airbnb for Paddy's droppings because Brazil, since we were last here, says they need a fecal analysis to enter the country.
They had great Google reviews on the vet here and I was like, yeah, they'll know the process, they'll know everything that we've got to get sorted and have the paperwork tip-top shape for us.
We got back to the vet and had the analysis done, and you wouldn't believe what happened next.
That's pretty good. We are in like the customs clearance offices. We came the day before we were trying to cross, and apparently all of what we did at the vet yesterday isn't necessary, simply because we've still got to have documents from crossing from Paraguay to Argentina that are valid. They're valid for another month and a half, which is great. The paddles!
Turns out we did all that for absolutely no reason.
Well then, until tomorrow, border crossing, Brazil we go. Can you get back to Brazil, Miss Pats? I'm so excited. There we are, warming up the tuk-tuk. This is where we've been staying the last few days, but we're just checking out now. We're getting on the road. It's time for Brazil. This is what $35 US gets you a night. I've got to pick that poop up. But yes, big balcony, an aircon unit. Say hello to Miss Potts. Hola, Potters. Are you ready for big adventures? So it's a double bunk, a single bed, and then that double. So yeah, you can fit a whole family in here. Fridge, humble kitchen. Just doing a quick overview. And big bathroom. All like a slanted house roof setup. Very simple, very basic, but gets the job done, doesn't it, Miss Putts? Ready to cross the border. Let's get it.
This Sunday on the Three-Wheel Dream, we return to the long-awaited Brazil, questioning almost instantly why we returned to the crazy truck-filled highways, with it later chilling out and forgetting why we ever left in the first place.
Culture, music, food, with a lot. Brazil, we're back.